साई राम साई शाम मेरे साई राम। 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 मेरे साई मेरे बाबा मेरे प्राणनाथ राम। साई राम साई शाम मेरे साई राम। साई राम साई शाम मेरे साई मेरे बाबा मेरे प्राणनाथ राम। तेरे द्वार पे मैं मुझे शांति दो भगवान, शांति दो भगवान। मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साईनाथ है। मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साईनाथ है। मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साईनाथ है। मेरे जीवन में साथ रहो साई राम साई श्याम मेरे साई राम। नीरज लोचन साई नारायण बंध विमोचन भक्त परायण प्राण सखा प्राण सखा मेरे प्रभु साई रामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। साकेत रंजन कैवल्य धामा। साकेत रंजन कैवल्य धामा। साकेत रंजन कैवल्य धामा। साकेत रंजन कैवल्य धामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ रामा। नीरज लोचन साई नारायण। नीरज लोचन साई नारायण। नीरज लोचन साई नारायण। नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण वेद परायण नारायण वेद परायण नारायण हरि नारायण नर हरि रूप नारायण वैकुंठवासा नमो नारायण वैकुंठवासा नमो नारायण वैदेहि मोहन नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण वेद परायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण वेद परायण नारायण वेद परायण नारायण हरि नारायण मीरा के गिरिधारी सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा गिरिधारी पति विहारी गिरिधारी पति विहारी श्यामा मुरलीधर हे घनश्यामा पतीश्वर साई श्यामा पतीश्वर साई गिरिधारी पति गिरिधारी पति मीरा के सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी मीरा के सूरदास के कृष्ण घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई गिरिधारी पति विहारी गिरिधारी पति मुरलीधर हे घनश्यामा पतीश्वर साई श्यामा गिरिधारी पति विहारी मीरा के गिरिधार सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा गिरिधारी पति
Offering our pranams at Swami's lotus feet. Elders, brothers and sisters, Sai Ram and good evening. The annual sports and cultural meet is certainly the most exciting, the most anticipated, and the most cherished event in a student's life. It is that time when every student gets an opportunity to display their talents, to acquire new skills, to overcome fears and inhibitions, to cultivate confidence and courage, and to strive towards perfection. And all this not as a mere demonstration, but as a collective effort with a singular purpose, which is to make Swami happy. It was during the mini sports meet that was held here in the month of February, and after the program, Swami remarked that he really missed all the students of the various other campuses and that it felt incomplete. It was then that he announced that, like every year, this year too, in the month of July, we must have a grand sports meet with all students of all campuses here at Muddenahalli. It is that love and benevolence that has brought us all together, not merely as an annual convention, but it is homecoming. It is a family get-together, perhaps the largest and one of the most unique of its kind. What makes this sports meet even more special is that it flags off and marks the commencement of the Golden Jubilee celebrations as we commemorate 50 glorious years of Sathya Sai Grama. The next few days are lined with a series of exciting events. The inaugural session with March Past and various presentation events will take place on the 5th, both in the morning and in the evening at the Sai Krishan Stadium. On the following days, there will be cultural programs in the evenings here at Premamrutham. These will be programs by students of various campuses in music, folk arts, and plays, culminating in the valedictory session on the 10th. During these days, we will also have our students share their learnings and experiences. This evening, we have Monisha of grade 7 from the Sai Shankar Vidyaniketanam. Besides academics, she displays a keen interest in various other co-curricular activities. Monisha.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved master, Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai. Sai Ram and good evening to all. Myself Monisha MV, studying in class 7th from Sri Sathya Sai Shankar Vidyaniketanam, TREP. Today, I am here to share my experience in this institution. After me joining, when I was a young girl, my paternal uncle was a drunkard. He made so many debt that my grandparents could not return. So, my family went to Bangalore to earn good money and give good education for both me and my brother. After we shifted to Bangalore, my mother started working as a teacher and my father as a supervisor in a private company. Many a time, their salaries were irregular and minimal, as a result of which they used to be under financial burden, could not manage house and could not educate both me and my brother. Then, one of our relatives told us about this institution which provides us free value-based education. Because of Swami's grace, I was selected to Shankar Vidyaniketanam TREP. On my first day, when I joined TREP, I was surprised. All my sisters took care of me as their own sister. Guru Pita and Guru Mata took care of me as their own daughter. Guru Pita, Mr. Bobji Levine, kept us so busy in activities that we even forgot our family. After me joining Swami's institution, I was introduced to Paravidya, in which we learn Bhagavad Gita, Veda and Subhashita. One of my favorite slokas in Subhashita is Kakacheshta Bhakodhyana Shvana Nidra Tataivacha Alpahari Grihatyagi Vidyarthi Pancha Lakshanam. It means that we should have perseverance like a crow to gain knowledge. We should have concentration like a crane to be focused. We should be alert like a dog in a sleep, especially when our in-charges wake us up in the morning. Eat moderately and be detached from everything. Whenever I remember my parents, I feel Swami is my father, mother, brother, sister, nearest and dearest friend. Whenever I have any problem, Swami's presence in my heart gives me solution. On my birthday, on 26th August, when I took blessings from Swami, I felt that Paramatma himself gave me blessings. My mother, who did 2 weeks of seva, was so involved and enthusiastic that she even forgot to call me and my father. Because that's the power of seva. On one of the seva days, I asked my mother, Amma, who is God on earth and where is heaven on earth? So she immediately replied that that is none other than Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai and Muddenahalli is heaven. In conclusion, I would like to tell that Swami's institution not only changed students but our entire family. My brother, who was inspired by Swami, started doing Narayana Seva. I and my family are very grateful for Swami for giving me this wonderful opportunity to study in this institution. I assure Swami that in future I would also serve so many needy students like me to get this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Now we request Shri B. N. Narsimurthy ji, Chairman of the Prashanti Bal Mandira Trust, to address all of us, please.
Dearest Swami, very dear brothers and sisters, students, boys and girls, on behalf of everyone, I would like to convey our hearty love and congratulations to little Monisha who spoke so well. Her English was faultless. Delivery was that of a born teacher, I will tell you. Maybe in her previous birth or even earlier birth, she was a teacher. Swami knows it. And I would not have thought of facing such a huge audience when I was only 12 or 13-year-old. I couldn't ever imagine it. This is the golden opportunity that Swami bestows upon his students. Once you become a student of Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam group of institutions or the Sri Sai University for Human Excellence, or in short, once you become a student of Swami, you are bestowed upon so many gifts. But the greatest gift, I think, is every student of the institution becomes a part of a global mission. There are not any institutions, there are not many institutions which bestow upon the students this wonderful gift. It is not just speaking, it's a fact. Every one of you is a part of this global mission. Yesterday we have watched a few images of Sadguru's world tour spanning over 3 months to almost all the continents of the world. Good people all over the world, noble people all over the world, thinking people all over the world, irrespective of their nationality or religion or class, they know that to save the world today, this is the only philosophy which can save the world. One world, one family philosophy. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is why we find wherever Swami goes, he is welcome. Because he just does not speak about this philosophy of one world, one family. He lives it every moment in his life. In fact, the foundation was laid by Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba for this mission, though he did not call it one world, one family mission. That was what was in his mind, and today it is being implemented. And numbers of people who are joining this mission, it's increasing day by day. There was a time when 3 of us, whom Swami referred to as the 3 wise men, we took Sadguru around the world and introduced him. Today, he has to take us around and introduce us to the so many thousands of new followers and devotees. Nothing gives us greater fulfillment in life. We are singularly grateful to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba that he gave us this wonderful gift, wonderful service on behalf of all the 3. Dr. Isaac Tigrit, Dr. C. Srinivas and myself. I would like to say that my heart is overflowing with gratitude to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba that he chose us to do this wonderful task. What does it need to become a part of the mission one world, one family global mission. It's very, very simple, very, very clear. The moment you resolve that you would become more selfless, more and more selfless. We move from selfishness to selflessness. That is all the qualification required to become a mission, a servant of this wonderful mission. And we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee celebrations of this wonderful place, Sathya Sai Grama, which sheltered me when I was a very young person, very, very young person. How this has grown into a global mission from a two-centered organizations called Lok Seva Vrunda, which was founded by Sri Madhyal Narayan Bhatt, whom we refer to as Anna. He is known as Anna, elder brother. He was truly an elder brother. When I met him for the first time, I was 19 and he was 38. For 12 years, he gave a shape to my idealism, to my dreams, and his great trust in young people. I was just 24 years old. Our students should understand, the university students, our postgraduate students, boys and girls, you may be around 23, 24. Narayan Bhatt's great faith in young people, his great trust in the youth. He gave me this opportunity. You are the one who has to start this center, this Sathya Sai Grama. In fact, it so happened there were many hurdles. Though we started in 1971, the institution came into existence on 11th of June 1973, almost 2 years. Initial year was full of obstacles. We had to cross a lot of obstacles. In fact, I'm not going to talk all the details. In fact, Narayan Bhatt thought that we should wind up our effort in starting this institution in this place after 1 year because of so many hurdles, so many obstacles. And it happened in 1971, along with Narayan Bhatt as his personal assistant, we traveled to Dharwad, where there was an all Karnataka state level conference of Sathya Sai Seva organizations. And I was feeling very, very sad that this effort to start this institution in this place was being wound up for very relevant reasons. Logically, based on reason, I agreed with Anna, we have to wind up. But I had a sentimental attachment to this place, Muddenahalli, which I have visited as a 7 or 8-year-old boy for the first time, being the birthplace of Bharat Ratna Dr. M. Vishweshraya. And that sentimental attachment to this place made me very, very gloomy, very, very depressed. I was praying to Baba, Baba, you alone can salvage this. And we were sitting somewhere in the middle, not in the front lines. Baba came and he walked straight to Narayan Bhatt. People made way for him to walk. And the first question he asked was, what happened to Muddenahalli school? I tell you, my Lord, the kind of, joy that filled my heart, a gloomy heart, is something indescribable. Then Anna said, Swami, we can't do it. We will give it up because ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ತುಂಬ ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅಳಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Baba said, he was a great master at punning with words. ನೀವು ಶಾಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಾಲ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, he said. For those of you who don't understand Kannada, you start the school, all your debts will disappear. Sala madidre, shale madidre, sala hogutte. See, that gave a new life to this project. Therefore, what Baba had in his mind when he made that statement, gave that command to Narayan Bhatt, is something which now I can understand. Definitely not that day, though it gave me great joy. I thought I was reborn. But now I understand what he had for this little place, Muddenahalli school, which he called on that day. And he gave the name Sathya Sai Grama. Sathya Sai Baba visited in 1972 Manipal. He stayed at the residence. In fact, it's so very, my memory. About 20,000 people had gathered in the high school grounds of Manipal that evening. Baba had to address them at 7 p.m. But by the time we reached Manipal from Mangalore, because of the crowds that were there on the roads, Baba had to stop in many, many places. And we reached at 12 midnight, and people were still waiting. Baba, out of his great love, that is the only discourse I have heard, 12 midnight from Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. By the time he retired that day was 1:30 in the night. And he stayed in the residence of T.A. Pai, who was a central minister who was at that time. He was the cousin of the founder of Manipal group of institutions, Madhu Pai. And early morning, Anna said, we will go and seek a name for this Muddenahalli school. And we went to the residence, and around 7:30, Baba came out. And I tell you, the relationship between Narayan Bhatt and Swami was something which I cannot describe. The way he behaved with Swami was like that of a small child. Can you imagine? One of these days, Sadguru, when they saw him in his vision, both Baba and Narayan Bhatt, he said, Narayan Bhatt never looked up. That was the truth. In front of Baba, he never looked up. He always folded his palms. Like a small child, he would speak. Very small child, like 6th class child. Of course, not as bold as Monisha. Very, very, very humbly. Such a sense of humility, devotion, surrender. Very, very meekly he asked Swami, we will take up the Muddenahalli school. Swami said, Swami's face bloomed and said, very happy, very, very happy. Swami, please grant a name. Swami said, first time that word came out of his mouth, Sathya Sai Grama. First time. And why he chose that name, why he chose that appellation, now we can understand. It is the abode of Sathya Sai. And it was his choice that this Sathya Sai Grama should become the place from where a worthy disciple would take his mission forward and fulfill it. That is Sathya Sai Grama. The name was given. And we went through a lot of ups and downs those days, especially the greatest blow was I was in the agricultural farm because, as many of you know, not a single tree was there in this place at that time when we entered this place. Not a single tree. Forget about buildings. Now today we have, if you count, there are more than 10,000 trees of different kinds. But many trees have sacrificed themselves in the last 3-4 years to give place for buildings to come up. And that was that place. And I was in the agriculture farm. And there was a phone call. Those days, no mobile phone. They said there is a lightning call. That was one of the kind of calls. Urgent call, lightning call, ordinary call. You book an ordinary call, you may have to wait for at least 12 hours. Once I booked a call to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who was in Vrindavan from Puttaparthi. Can you imagine I had to wait for 2 days? Urgent call means you may take about 3 or 4 hours. A lightning call means immediately they will connect you. And I came running, and I got the shock of my life, and the very sad news of Anna's passing away struck us like a thunderbolt, but we picked up courage, and it was Narayan Bhatt's last wish that the institutions should be offered to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba accepted them with great love and compassion, and he fostered the institutions till 2011. But one thing, from 1971 to 2011, 40 years, this place, Sathya Sai Grama, was a very, very small place. That is when Baba decided, after giving up his body, that he would come and settle down here for almost 10 to 11 years and send his most wonderful, blessed, worthy disciple, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, to this place. And those 10 years are so very thrilling, I can't explain in words. Every minute, every day, Baba was available to give us guidance. In everything. Where do you go to seek the land for starting a new campus? Where do you go for the financial support? Everything he guided. And then he made Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai into an image of himself. In fact, I would not hesitate to say that Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai is a divine clone of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Of course, if you ask me, are there differences? Yes, there are differences. As a keen student of study of great personalities, yes, there are differences. But the kind of thrust, but one thing I can say which the whole world can see, in the last 12, 13 years, Sadguru has established more institutions, has done more work than what Baba did all his life. And as an objective observer, a student of history, you can easily understand that. And all this is happening with the grace and inspiration of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And in fact, one of these days, Sadguru was speaking to us by video conference in a meeting. He said, "You are all instruments, and I am also an instrument," he said. When we say that we are instruments, the statement is not completely true, because our ego is there, our self-centeredness is there, our selfishness is there. But when Sadguru says, "I am an instrument in the hands of the divine," it is absolutely 100% true. If you are not an instrument in the hands of the divine, all this could not have been achieved. And today, Sathya Sai Grama, in a way, has become the global capital of goodness, I would say. Global capital of goodness, where thousands of good people live, and where thousands of good people from all over the world would come. We saw this grand procession of goodness in the last year's 100 days celebration of Baba's birthday. Humanitarians, great intellectuals, great achievers came from all over the world to this place, and this place is what it is today, is today I would attribute it to the instrument of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. And we are starting the Golden Jubilee celebrations with the sports and annual sports and cultural meet. This morning when Swami went to see some of the events, and as Swami was coming out, we saw the students. I tell you, my Lord, so much joy, so much enthusiasm, so much love on their faces. This is most wonderful. And I remember my first day behind Baba when I was walking after the first sports meet ever, which happened on 21st of November 1984. That was the first sports day. In fact, he said this. In fact, next day was the convocation, and in his discourse he said, people were saying that Baba students are good only for three things. One is bhajan, second is adjayan, third is bhojan. That's what they said. I wanted to prove to the world that my students are good in everything. That's why I organized the sports meet, he said. And he was so very proud. So very proud. I remember that day because the faces which I saw almost 42 years ago are the same faces, same students, same love, same innocence, same joy, and same sense of gratitude. See, that is what will make you great. Sense of gratitude to God, sense of gratitude to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, sense of gratitude to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, sense of gratitude to the institution will make you really a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. A.J. Cronin has written a very beautiful novel, Keys to the Kingdom of Heaven. Students should read it some point of time. Gratitude is the foundation on which your selfless growth happens, and then you become a citizen in the kingdom of God. May we all become citizens in the kingdom of God by becoming absolutely selfless, contributing to the fulfillment of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's dream of one world, one family, contributing to the mission of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, one world, one family. I conclude. Thank you very much. Sign out to you.
You know, this shloka comes from our Upanishad. Udara charitanam tu vasudaiva kutumbakam. Ayam nijaha paroveti ganana laghuchetasam. Udara charitanam tu vasudaiva kutumbakam. For the narrow-minded people, these differences exist. Some are ours, some are not ours. These people are my people, those people are not my people. I must look after these and I need not look after those. These small-mindedness comes to these people with ordinary narrow minds. Whereas for the broad-minded ones, the broad-hearted ones, the true understanding of humanity is that we are just one family. And when we say family, then there are responsibilities that come with family, along with the privileges. And one responsibility is to look after the family members. And who are the most important family members? The VIPs in the family. The very innocent persons of the family, which are the children. And so I love looking after the children because they are the most important members. They are the VIPs of the family. And that is why all of you are here. And the younger you are, the more important you are. So if you are in class 1 or 2 or 5, you are more important. The older you grow, your importance comes down. Because you can look after yourself, why should I bother about it? But when you are small, you don't know anything, you have nobody to take care of you, then you look after. And the second most important member of the family are those who are older members. Of course, nobody agrees that they are old here, including Narasimhamurthy. They think they are still in 20s. But then at some point in time when the body is frail and the mind is weak and then you need support, they are the more important members than the rest. They have to be looked after. And look at what a coincidence it is, what a culmination of these two ideas is that on one side I have small children who have just started their education, they have a long, long way to go. And on the other side I have the people who are retired, who are the Tyagajivis, who have given all their lives to this mission. All of us are sitting under the same roof and looking after the rest. Everybody is being looked after. That is the idea of family. Just expand this idea to the whole world. Let this roof of Premamrutham become wider and wider and wider and cover the entire world. And let everybody sit under its shade. That would be the idea of true one world, one family. And that is what I am trying to do. Expand this idea of our family feeling to all parts of the world. And it is happening in its own way. I've traveled around the world and I've come back and I've seen that this is happening. And people love that idea because it is a beautiful feeling to have a family. Only those who do not have a family understand the importance of it. And that idea of a family is so liberating, so energizing, so empowering. When you think you have so many thousands of brothers, thousands of sisters, thousands of your family members, it gives you so much of confidence and courage. And that is why a small girl like Manisha can speak to thousands of you sitting in front of her, because she feels you are all the members of her family. And I was asking her, who did your hair with the ponytails? Then she pointed out towards some akka there, said she did this. I said, why did you do it like this? She said, my mother gave me a bucket cut. And that's a new word for me. I think there is some kind of a haircut. And I asked, what does that mean? You put a bucket and cut your hair around? She said, no, that's mushroom cut, new word. I said, whatever it is. So what happened? He said, because of that my hair was not looking good when I was trying to braid it. So they decided to put it like these ponytails. I said, that's nice. But who did that? Somebody, some akka did that for her. Why would akka do that for her? She's not the mother. She's not responsible for her. Because she is a member of our family and a very important member of the family. And so we look after each other. That is all about the families. You take care of each other. You sacrifice for each other. You look after each other. Bhagavan used to say, there is only one caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. And there is only one language of the heart. There is only one God who is omnipresent. The same idea is the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. When all of us are one caste means one type, one group, which is the family group. So wherever I go, I don't feel the difference. When I came back, many people said, oh, we missed you being here and you were not here for so many months. And when first I came, Narasimhamurthy sir was standing with a bunch of flowers. He never does that. But I think 3 months was too long and somebody gave him a bouquet. You only got a bouquet. Okay. So he was standing with a bouquet. I said, what is this for? He said, well, to welcome you after so long, you were not here. I just felt that I left Muddenahalli yesterday and I'm back today. Because for me, every place feels the same. May not be for you, but for me. And as I was coming, I was thinking that idea of Kuvempu, O Nanna Chetana, Aguni Aniketana, he says. Oh, my consciousness, become unhoused, he says. You belong to everywhere, you belong to everyone. You don't belong to one place, to one group or one community. Your consciousness should be there for the whole world. That is the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam too. We belong to everybody, everybody belongs to us. Of course, Muddenahalli is a special place because this is like the home of the family, where everybody can come. And that is the beauty of this place. What started 50 years ago as a small place, who could imagine it will become what it has become today? Our Narasimhamurthy ji was just a young boy like you. just finished his engineering, I think, or was finishing. And that is when he came into the fold of Madhusudan, but who was an idealist. He wanted to really change the world. And he thought he would do it with the help of all the youngsters. And he started it off. Of course, this is a long journey. It doesn't end with one person's life. It takes many lifetimes to do this. And it will take many more lifetimes even afterwards to do this through you, through many, many generations later too. So he started it off. It was a struggle, as he said, but it was for a good reason. Because a family needs a home. And that home is important because that's where we bond with each other. That's where we come together. That's where we share our happiness and sorrows. That's where we share our joys and our disappointments too. And Sathya Sai Grama has become that universal home. And like they call, the idea of Kuvempu was a Vishwamanava, that somebody who belongs to the whole world. Like that, my idea of Sathya Sai Grama is a Vishwaniketana. It is the home for the whole world. Yatra Vishwam Bhavatyek Needam, says our Rigveda. Their whole world becomes a nest or a home. And Sathya Sai Grama has become that home. And today this home is really vibrant and what should I say? It is bursting with so much of activity and joy because all the members of the family are here from all campuses around the state and the country. And I'm very happy to see every one of you. So many of you have grown so tall that I can't recognize that you are the same person I saw a couple of years ago. And they're like this morning. And I thought, what a busy father I have become that I have no time to watch the children grow. I'm always in the office and I never get to see the children. And the plight of modern fathers. I felt like that today in the morning. This is the same girl, she's become so tall. This is the same boy, he's looking like this now. And I've seen them because now it's 15 years almost I've been here. And I've seen all of you grow from small children with running nose and disheveled hair to such smart looking, beautiful young men and women. It is so heartening to see that. And then I see the next generation getting ready and next generation. It's only getting better. I was mentioning to them, every generation is getting better in their understanding of the philosophy, in their commitment to the mission, in their personality as a holistic personality of head, heart and hands that we say. Every generation is getting better and better. So it is great fulfillment for everybody. I'm sure it's for Madhusudan, but who actually started the mission. And it was his idea initially to have an organization which he called it as Lokaseva Vrinda, a group of people who will serve the world, committed to the service of the world. He started in a small way and in Madhyal, and now today you see where it has reached. And what is Lokaseva? Serve the world. And what is one world, one family? Serve the world. It's the same thing as they say, old wine in the new bottle, the proverb goes. It's the same thing presented in the modern times. See, with time, place and situations, we must change. Look at all those avatars on top of the auditorium. Are they still there? Yeah, they're there because I haven't seen them for long. So if they're still there, look at what are the avatars. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narahari, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Krishna. Here Balarama is there. It's a tradition of Mysore. Balarama is there. And Kalaki they say. So all these avatars are there. Now what is the beauty of these avatars? Every avatar is situational, isn't it? Why Matsya avatar happened? Because there was a great big flood, it seems. And the whole world was flooded. And then this Manu, Vivaswata Manu had to guide everybody out of this flood. So Mahavishnu took the avatar of a big fish and told Manu, like the story of Noah's Ark in the Bible, that he created a big boat, put all the species of all the animals, birds, humans onto the boat, and then he stayed in the waters, and this fish guided the boat away from the floods to the land. That is the story. But God became a fish because that was what could be done in a flooded ocean. The best animal that can survive is, the best creature that can survive is a fish. So Vishnu became a fish to take care of the situation then. Then Kurma avatar came. There was Amrita Mantana, that Sagar Mantana was going on. The demons and the gods got together to churn the ocean and to get all the favors from the ocean. And they put Mandara mountain as the rod with which they will churn, and Vasuki snake as the rope, and the demons on one side and the gods on the other side. But then the rod started sinking because it didn't have a base. So then Vishnu became a Kurma avatar. He became a tortoise. And he lifted up the Mandara mountain so that it won't fall off. And therefore, that is how they churned the ocean, and they got a lot of wonderful things, including Dhanvantari, who's standing on top of the new building. He came out of that churning of the ocean. So like that, multiple gifts. He became a tortoise. Had he become a fish, that wouldn't have supported, because they don't have a strong back like a tortoise. So God became a tortoise, so to suit the situation. Then what is the next avatar? Varaha. You know the story of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, the two demons, terrible brothers. Hiranyakashipu's story will come next one, Narahari Avatara. But before that comes this Hiranyaksha. He was trying to destroy the earth and destroy all the Vedas and earth. That is when he came up as Varaha Avatar. See, who wants to become a Varaha? Tell me. Anybody interested? I'll make you one. With a snout and... Who wants? We are human beings. We don't want to... But he became a Varaha Avatar because that is how he fought the battle with Hiranyaksha, and he saved the Mother Earth. He put the earth on his snout and came out of that. So that is the idea. So like that you see Narasimha Avatar, you know the next avatar. He came as half man, half lion, because that is what would suit the situation, that Hiranyakashipu had a boon that nobody could kill him, neither outside the house nor inside the house. Humans cannot kill him, animals cannot kill him, gods cannot kill him. Then no weapon can kill him, you can't kill him in the day or the night. So many conditions. To fulfill all the conditions, Vishnu took the avatar of Narasimha. And see how he fulfilled all the conditions. He put him on the lap, neither on the earth or the sky, at the doorsill, at the doorstep of the palace. And he was neither a man, nor a god, nor an animal. He was combination of all that, and he did not use any weapons. He used his nails. So many of you have a lot of nails, no? I know, I saw some of them. Cut your nails. And he tore that stomach of Hiranyakashipu open. And then what did he do? He redeemed him, of course, and saved Prahalada. But he became half man, half lion. Imagine if some of us become half man, half lion, what will happen to us? They'll put us in the museum and charge a ticket. I think some creature has come, new creature. But God took that form because that was necessary. Then he became Parashurama, where he had his own reason to do that. He killed a lot of unethical rulers who were not good to the mankind. Then he became Rama when he had to come and redeem Ravana. Then he became Krishna, Balarama, they came together. They had their own role to play. And then of course Kalki Avatar, they asked me, what about Kalki Avatar, where is he coming? In fact, one boy asked me, Kalki Avatar is supposed to come in a horse. But now in Kali Yuga, everybody is driving cars. Why would he come in horse? Look at the kids' imagination, you know. Why will he come in the horse? And where is the Kalki Avatar? Has he come, not come? Is he coming? Kali Yuga is getting over. Then I told him, see, these are not just the Dashavatars. There are so many ways God has come. Sathya Sai Baba is an avatar of God. Shirdi Baba is an avatar of God. Not everything is mentioned. This has been taken from the writings of a poet. You know, Saptapadi Ninchu, Jayadeva's poetry. So these have become popular, but there are plenty of that. So these avatars have been mentioned that way. Why we put it up? Because it's a traditional paintings of Mysore, so more to represent the tradition. But what does Kalki Avatar truly mean? He's a warrior, it seems. And then he rides a white horse. And if you go and some point in time, Nostradamus was a great, some kind of a person with perceptions of the future, if you read about him. Nostradamus writes that such a time will come when an avatar comes in the modern age, and he would be riding like what is mentioned, the horse, white horse, and with red robes and things like that. And that is what ultimately very much correlates with Bhagavan, not that he's riding a white horse. What is white horse? It is a mode of transportation. It is to take you further. And what does take further his mission? What is that which takes his mission further? Who are the white horses? Who will take the mission forward? Are there anybody wearing whites here? You all are wearing whites, right? Your horses or donkeys? Horses, right? You are the horses who have to take this mission forward. Of course, girls wear different colors, but that does not mean they are not a part of the mission. They are. The idea is that young men and women are the horses, because horses are compared with the mind, young mind, powerful mind. You all have that powerful mind. And what is the avatar does? He controls, he guides, he directs those minds towards a greater reason to destroy the evil and uplift the goodness. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham, Krishna says. I come back to uplift dharma. Then abhyuthanam dharmasya. I have come here to reinstate dharma in the world and destroy the evil in the process. Destroy the evil means if you light the lamp, darkness is automatically destroyed. If you establish dharma, dharma automatically disappears. And so that horse is the mind of all the people, that the avatar alone is capable of directing towards a good reason, taking her away from adharma and putting them on the path of dharma. Because manomulam idam jagat, manayeva manushyanam karanam bandhu mokshayo. Mind is the reason for everything. So that horse represents the mind. And the one who controls the mind is the God, is the Lord of this age. So everybody is capable of being an avatar as long as they are able to control the minds and direct their mind towards the right dharmic reasons. So what helps you to develop that kind of strength to direct your minds onto the right path? Good education helps us. See, education is the tool with which we can control the mind and direct it towards the right thing. A mind which is not properly trained and educated, not refined, is not a mind, is a wild horse. Remember, we have read in Kathopanishad, Sadashwa and Durashwas. Good horses are those who listen to the master and follow the instructions, whereas bad horses are those who do not listen to the masters. So we are all that divine, provided we have control over our own minds. So this Kalaki avatar is a representation, a symbolic representation of someone who can direct the minds of people towards a greater reason, towards a greater cause. And that's what these educational institutions are doing, helping each one of you to take charge of your minds, to evolve your minds, to become better from tamoguna to rajoguna to sattva-guna. Is that not the process that you are learning through education? All the paravidya, all the discourses, all the seva. It's only towards that. So that is what is happening over here. So why did I mention all this? Is because God takes many forms and names according to the situation. Likewise, this mission also reinvents itself in different ways. Shirdi Baba came, what he said, there were a lot of communal disharmony. Muslims and Hindus were fighting, killing each other. And he came and told, I am neither a Hindu nor a Muslim. And he called himself only Baba, means a father, fatherly figure. People called him so. Because he was in Shirdi, they called him Shirdi Baba. And that is how it was. And then he told, for everyone, there is only one God, Sabka Malik Ek. His idea was to bring together everybody in the harmony of all the religions and prove to everybody that there is only one God. The second avatar, Shirdi Baba, came as Sathya Sai Baba. Sathya Sai Baba said what? Manav Seva is Madhava Seva. If you want to reach God, serve man. The best way to love God is to love all, serve all. That was his message to the whole world. And he told, love all, serve all, so that you will be able to love God and serve God. And great humanitarian initiatives. How many initiatives? And then, in the Sukshma Swarupa, what did Swami say? He said, Premasaya's whole work is to teach the whole humanity that they themselves are God. Shri Baba said, there is only one God. Sathya Sai Baba said, serve God by serving mankind because God is in all. Manave Madhava. Man is God. Serve man to serve God. What is the next phase? It says, you yourself are divine and everything is divine. And that is the phase that is going on right now. That is the phase in which you are learning that everything is divine, everyone is divine. Now, to make that message go around the world, a method has to be adopted. God became a fish, that was a method. God became a tortoise, that was a method. God became a half man, half lion, or even a, so to say, a swine. It's because of the need of the hour. And now need of the hour is that God must go around the world, talk to people in the language they understand, speak to them the way they appreciate it, and teach them how to control their minds and turn them inwards and find the divinity within. Not without. Finding it within is the whole secret. And that is what is going on. On one side, spiritual education, Paravidya, helps you to train and turn your mind inwards. On the other side, all the academic education, sports, music, dance, everything that you are learning, it is helping you to serve the world. So you are able to fulfill all the three avatars' requirements of proving that there is only one God, two, serving mankind as God Himself, third, turning your mind inwards and realizing that you yourself are divine. And that is the mission. This is not being done as separate events. This is a continuation. Like Kantara movie, you know all of that. Today I think somebody had come from Rishabh Shetty's office. You know Rishabh Shetty? Everybody knows him. Even I know him. Kantara, what is sequel, prequel, and I don't know what else quel is coming. So that is how it is. It is a wonderful play, Leela. Leela Nataka is the word that is used in our scriptures for describing the world. It is Leela, it is a play of God. And what a wonderful play it is in multiple parts, sequels. Now we have all these OTTs and Netflix and all. You have got series, right? Not one, two, but several of them. That's how it is. It is the most exciting, interesting Netflix series is what you can think. What is going on right now with one avatar to the next, and how this relay race is going on, how the baton is being passed, how different instruments, how different actors, how different stages, costumes, the settings are being created at every step to further the cause of this one idea. The all is divine, and you must realize that divine within and without. This education in Lokaseva mission is about that, to help you realize divinity within and also realize the divinity without, thereby loving and serving everybody as members of the same family. This is the summary of what Lokaseva mission is trying to do right now. But the same thing has been put in an English version is one world, one family. To start there, it's Lokaseva. But you as the white horses of the mission, your job is to train your mind through this kind of education, help the mind to turn itself inwards, to feel that divinity within and also experience that divinity without, so that you can serve and love everybody as God does. Nothing else needs to be done. If at the end of your life you have been able to love everybody, serve everybody just like God, you have achieved everything. That's exactly what it is. My job is to teach you that, because I learned from Bhagavan. He taught me how to love and serve like God does, like He did. I have to teach that to you. So I am a teacher. That is why my name is not Bhagavan Sri Madhusudan Sai. My name is Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. I have to teach the truth of this divinity to every one of you. In fact, I was in one of the countries and somebody connected me to somebody else, a big person, a big industrialist, and said, you must talk to this big industrialist. He might be interested in your work and he might be able to work with you. They also have a foundation and all. So I connected on the call, I spoke to him, and he got confused because I think there is one more Sadguru, as you know. He thought he's going to speak to that Sadguru, and then he was disappointed he's speaking to me. I said, I am. So then he said, okay, so you are not that, I understand now. But what do you teach? Do you teach yoga? Do you teach meditation? Do you teach Ayurveda? What is your teaching? I said, I teach to love and serve the mankind. And he was shocked. He said, what kind of Sadguru he is? You should be calling people, conducting yoga retreats, meditation programs, and all the other things that generally gurus are supposed to do. But I am not like that. I was telling, no, I build hospitals, schools, I provide nutrition to people. So for a minute he was confused. Then why are you calling yourself Sadguru when you are not really teaching yoga, meditation, and all the conventional things that gurus do? I said, I'm a different kind of a Sadguru. I do teach spirituality, but I also make them practice it by serving everybody selflessly. That is my method. So he took some time to absorb what I was telling, because I am different from others. My job is to teach you that God is within, but God also is without. And you must realize that by serving others selflessly. See what he said, his whole education should make you selfless. If this education has not turned you into pure selfless beings, it has failed in its purpose. If it has only give you a lot of academic knowledge, skills and abilities, but did not make you a selfless person, 100% selfless, it has not succeeded. And that is the reason why I insist on this idea of selflessness. And what is selflessness? Have complete faith in God. You will become selfless. When you don't have faith in God, that's when selfishness comes. What about me? How will I survive? What about my future, my family? Immediate family means your blood relations. All these fears come when you don't have complete faith in the divine. When you have complete faith in God, selflessness happens. So naturally the next thing about this mission is to help you develop complete faith in the divine, so that you can be selfless, so that you can love and serve everybody unconditionally. And if that happens through this education mission, we have succeeded. If that does not happen, any amount of knowledge, abilities, skills is not the fulfillment of this mission. So this clarity every single student and staff should have in the mind, right? That is very, very important. Only then we will be able to fulfill the vision of Madhyal Narayan Bhatt, the blessings of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the efforts of mine. All this will culminate in you becoming totally selfless, fearless beings who are ready to do anything for the greater good of all, ready to make any sacrifice without fear and hesitation. And you have complete faith in the divine, therefore there is no worry of the future. That is true missionary in this mission. Somebody wrote to me, you are calling everybody discussing about Madhyal Narayan Bhatt's mission. So who is a missionary to you? The one who is married, not married, the one who wears whites or does not wear white. How do you define who is the missionary in the mission? I told the one who is 100% selfless is the true missionary of the mission, whether they are married, unmarried, old, young, woman, man, all that is secondary. The first and the foremost condition of you being a missionary in this mission is you should be 100% selfless. Not an iota of selfishness should be there. What about me? What about my future? What about my things? That should never occur to you, because God is there to look after us. See this mission which started with such difficulty. They were not even starting the school because they had loans then. Narayan Bhatt was so worried. But Bhagavan said, you start the school, everything else will be taken care of. And today we are here where we are. And people used to tell me, nobody in the world is doing this much of selfless work. Nobody is doing this kind of service. I used to think, no, there must be organizations who would be doing. We don't know them. But now that I have traveled around the world and met most of the people, now I have come to realize, sometimes you have to go out a little to look at things from a distance. You realize it, that nobody is doing this work. Nobody at all. It's not to boast ourselves, but it is simply to say this is the fact of the matter. So this mission is here to truly do Lokaseva, and if this mission does not succeed, there is no hope for humanity, there is no hope for the world. This is the last and the final chance to save the world, to redeem the world of its pettiness of selfishness. And that is possible when each one of you rises spiritually and becomes totally selfless and fearless. And that is this mission, this education is all about. So you have to be that. That is what I thought first and foremost. I want to tell you what is your role in the mission and what is this mission all about. And you are the hope. There is no other hope for this world. If you don't rise and do what is needed to be done, absolutely there is no future for humanity. We can already see what's going on. So that is the bigger picture. But nevertheless, whatever little you do, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, whatever you offer to Krishna, whatever you offer to God, yome bhaktya prayachati, with devotion if you offer, tadaham bhaktyupahritam, ashnami prayatatmanaha, he says, to that devotee, I bless, I convey my blessings by accepting that offering. So when you do these little things, you go and do what is that? Kamsale and Karaga dance and then Kavadi dance and then Bhangra dance. Mind your dhotis, it's so windy out there. I don't want dhotis flying around like kites. Tie it well and make sure it's on you till the end of the dance. But smile and jump and dance, and the bike stunts and so many other things that I haven't seen, the aerial grid, and I'm sure there are so many other surprises. What are you doing? You're making a small offering to God. You're making a small offering to God so that you will get that blessings of God. Now, God does not need your offerings, but then this is a karma bhumi. Everything is karma. If you do good karma, then you will receive good results. This is your good karma. One day I was sitting at Indulal Shahji's house, the Ashnatullah here. That time, first sports meet was being organized in Muddenahalli in this place. There was no sports meet before that. I think it was in the year 2014 it was being organized. That time, Swami told Indulal Shahji, you can do big things for me. You can build a school, college, hospital or something. And I can bless you for that. But then I look at these kids and I wonder, I want to bless them in the future for when they need my blessings the most. But what can they do for me at this age? So I organize sports meet so that they get to do something for me against which I can give them my blessings in the future. Like Draupadi tied a small bandage to Krishna's finger, and when she was in trouble, that became Akshaya. That sari saved her honor in the court of men, the Kauravas, and in front of her own husbands. Krishna remembered, oh, Draupadi tied that little sari bandage to me, now I'll bless her with Akshaya sari. Likewise, these little acts of surrender, little acts of service, little acts of offering, that becomes your refuge, your rescue in difficult times. You get many, many more time blessings than what you offer. So that is why the sports meet, cultural meet, it is one thing to bring all the family together. It's a joy to see all children coming together, doing things. It is always a happy time for me. But more than that, this is also a great blessing for all of you, for all the staff, for all the faculty, everybody who is involved to make a small offering to God. That offering will come back to your rescue in your times of need. So remember that also. That is also the reason, the deeper spiritual reason for organizing sports and cultural meet. I'm so looking forward to it because I have not seen you for so many months. I, of course, get to hear everything because now phones are there, so we are always connected that way. But I wanted to see, and the beginning of the year, you want to celebrate the golden jubilee of Sathya Sai Grama. More importantly, it has to start with the right event. And the right event, Sathya Sai Grama, exists for you people, for you children. Because the whole mission depends on you. It is on your shoulders. So if you come together and do the right thing, this mission will prosper. Beyond our lifetimes, it will prosper. And you are having this opportunity to make your offering. Do it with all your sincerity and love as you are already doing. And I saw the enthusiasm in everybody today when I had come. And some was over enthusiastic. I told, don't come near my car because sometimes they come too close. And if the tire, goes over their feet or something, that will be a trouble. So stay at a safe distance. I can see everybody from the stage. Don't worry that I'm not able to see Swami, he's not able to see me. Don't worry about that. Everybody I can see from wherever I am. And so, be safe, stay at a safe distance from the car, don't rush towards it. And that is not good, right? So maintain some discipline, that is important. Discipline is also love. Discipline is also love in some form. That is also an offering to God. You maintain the discipline, you bring good reputation to the institution. That is an offering to the divine. So maintain your own discipline. And while you are all here, I hope everything is comfortable. I called yesterday our kitchen in charge. One kitchen in charge is there in Muddenahalli, Ravi Kumar. He was also a student at some point in time. But I called him and told, see, children have come, they are doing all these stunts and sports meet. Give them good food for a few days. So he promised me that he will do good food. I think Sunday is making some special meal for the sports meet, of course. And I told, till they are here, give them something nice to eat. So hopefully he is doing. If he is not doing, tell me tomorrow. And be happy. Happiness is union with God. When you are with God, you'll always feel the happiness. And why you feel happiness over here? Because you are with God. God is with you. You are feeling that presence of God in and out. That is why you are happy. Otherwise, there is no other reason. Yes, food gives you happiness. Good marks will give you happiness. Comforts give you happiness, but only limited happiness. This joy that comes to you from your heart, pure joy, it comes only because you are in the presence of the divine. That is why you are happy. So I'll come again tomorrow. And I will see you again in the evening. Tomorrow morning, I think you'll have your own rehearsals and practices. And I'll have other works to do. I'm going to see the very important members of the family, the Tyagajivis, tomorrow to their hostel I'm going. You know their hostel? You know their hostel, where it is? Next to that Shiva temple, their hostel is there. He is the warden. You can never take the wardenship from him. No, he was warden all his life, and he was my warden also at some point in time. Everybody was very scared of him, but I was not very scared of him. I was very respectful, but I used to eat his head for a lot of questions. Today I was sitting and a boy from Australia came. So many questions. His father was telling, Swamiji, you tell in value education books you have written, children should go home and ask questions to their parents. You told 4 questions they should ask. This fellow asked 400 questions to me every day. And he was asking me also a lot of questions. So I used to ask him a lot of questions. Look at how, that's why this divine play. There was a time when I was sitting at his feet and asking questions, and he was giving me answers to so many things. Who is Baba? What is his background? I didn't know anything about anything. So he used to tell me all these things. And now today, it became opposite. So don't ever treat your students badly. Tomorrow they might be your gurus. This is for the teachers. Who knows, amidst you there might be gurus tomorrow. So treat everybody with respect, you know. Rahim Das, very beautiful doha. He says, Sabswa miliye dhai, he says. Meet everybody, run and joyfully meet everybody. Kya jane kis roop mein Narayan mil jaye. Who knows in which form God is moving around. So treat everybody with respect and love, especially the children. Who knows? There might be a Vivekananda waiting to happen there. There might be a Shankaracharya waiting to happen there. There might be a Saint Francis of Assisi, I came from there, waiting to happen out there. There may be a Santa Clara happening there. Maybe a Mother Teresa happening over there. Who knows? A Sadguru Madhusudan Sai might be happening somewhere. Who knows? So be nice to your students, because tomorrow you might have to sit and listen to what they say, like his flight is today. So be nice to everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. I was very happy to see the rehearsals. I went back with a lot of joy and kept on talking about the children for an hour or two after going back also, that how bright they are, how enthusiastic they are, how they smile with their hearts, how energetic they are. And they were different. I've seen children in the last 15 years here, and I've seen these children are very different. They are different from earlier times also. Not that they were not good children earlier, they were also good. But these people are so bright and so charismatic when I looked at all of them. So I was very happy to see everybody, and I'll come and see you again tomorrow. And every day I'm going to come and see you for a while. Today it become 8 o'clock already. You must be hungry. But you don't have Paravidya. You have to go back to your hostels also, no? And come back tomorrow again for your rehearsals. So you go now. I'll see you again tomorrow, and then every day till you are here. And then of course this whole month is full of functions till the end of July. I thought we should start with sports and cultural meet instead of having it later in the year, because this is the celebration of 50 years of Sathya Sai Grama, and I thought this was the best function to start this month's events and celebrations. And it will end in November with the 100th birthday of Maria Narayan Bhatt on 30th of November. So this whole series of functions will be happening across the state and the country starting July all the way till November. And we will hopefully be able to spread this idea to the whole world through these events. And all those who are watching live, do watch the sports and cultural meet, and do encourage the students and send them your wishes. You can always make comments on the videos and send them your best wishes, so the children do perform well. I told Sunil Gavaskar ji also to send a message. He also recorded a message and sent. I think Gundappa Vishwanath will be there any which ways. Great sportsmen, both of them are. So everybody should send our children good wishes. You do well, and as I said, do it for the love of God. Do it as an offering, a humble offering, a sacred offering to the divine. May this offering come back to you many folds as divine blessings all through your life. And may this education teach you to train your minds to be selfless, and in that selflessness may you find the divine. These are my blessings, and for today I conclude with this.
सर्वसुगुण सिंधवे सकल सुजन बंधवे, सर्वसुगुण सिंधवे सकल सुजन बंधवे, गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमंगलम्, सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमंगलम्। दीन दुखित पोषकाय दान धर्म प्रेरकाय, दीन दुखित पोषकाय दान धर्म प्रेरकाय, सर्वलोकहितरताय सर्वमङ्गलम्, सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम्। वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय, वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय, ब्रह्मज्ञानबोधकाय दिव्यमङ्गलम्, सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम्। सत्य साई प्रियाय सत्य प्रेम विग्रहाय, सत्य साई प्रियाय सत्य प्रेम विग्रहाय, नित्य शुद्ध निर्मलाय नित्य मंगलम्, सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय दिव्य मंगलम्, सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महित मंगलम्। ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवं मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशय ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वियो साई महादेवा सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन साई जी की जय